Hi and welcome to Optimistic Wellness. I'm Josh Lipovetsky. I hold in my hand a piece of paper. This is the actual blog post that I'm talking about right now. About an hour ago I finished writing this with a pen and paper. Feels so peaceful. And I'm just getting back into it. Writing blog posts, writing in general, instead of typing on the computer, writing with the pen and paper. There's such an element where you're writing out the actual characters that activates different parts of your brain, of the motor system, than typing on the keyboard. And that same part of your motor system, I have heard studies about this, that it's more creative, there's more mental flexibility, agility, related to writing on the paper. So what's stopping us? Well, there are a lot of contentions. For example, it takes too much time. You gotta transfer, if you're writing a blog post like this one, you gotta transfer it by hand and then retype it. There's no backspace, no delete key, no undo, it's messy. To all of that I say, that is all true. It's very true. All of these contentions are completely reasonable and rational. But the thing is, you need to ask yourself, what's worth more? Having that mental clarity and agility, or doing it on the computer and having less of that mental clarity and peaceful feeling, a really peaceful feeling. To me, having that peaceful feeling is worth so much more. And I just discovered this when I was doing a brainstorm for a new course that I'm creating about the most powerful habits of my life. And I sold my computer, so instead of doing it on the computer, I started brainstorming and writing out the outline of the course with a pencil and paper. So many new ideas popped into my head. I was so much more creative. I love it. And I'm going to be doing this much more often now. Again, life can get really hectic, and there are times when, you don't have the time to sit down with a pencil and paper. But I would encourage you to examine, really, if you do have the time to do that, because it's worth it. It's really worth it. When I was, the most peaceful time of my life, when I look back, was the time in between hospital visits. Basically the couple of weeks after I got discharged from the hospital. And back in 2008, what I used to do during those times was I used to sit at my desk here, my computer desk, and I used to write articles and blog posts with a fountain pen and a journal. And I just felt so awesome. I just felt so peaceful. So I want that feeling back, and I'm getting it back. I've been living it more often, and this pencil and paper is a big conduit for that peacefulness. So, where do you start? I would encourage you to look at some writing task that you do, not something that you have to do, but something that you feel neutral about, you like it, or at least feel neutral about, and do your best to do your best to write on a pencil and paper, and see how that works for you. So thanks for watching, and optimism is the only way.